Start of the camera a bit late there, but you catch us right at the start of Parkrun, and we've gone off pretty quick by my standards. You can't really tell here, I'm in a little bit of a pack with the guy in the stripy t-shirt out in front and another young gentleman coming up there on my left. Oh, hello lady with the camera. I'm just going to try and ease up on this young man in front. I figure at this point he's probably gone out too fast. But little secret here, this gentleman in front is the hero of our story today, and as I begin to ease past him, I can assure you this won't be the last we see of him. Gotta say, I'm worried I might have gone out too fast. Quick check of the watch and definitely too fast. Yep, definitely too fast. I can't do 5 kilometers at this pace. I am actually trying for a sub 20 minutes today for the first one in about 2 years. It's been a while, had a long injury, trying to get back to it. I've not really looked very much like sub 20 pace for a while, but I'm not running with my son today, so I thought I'd just go out hard and see what happened. This isn't a good strategy, we definitely won't be negative splitting today. We're just going to go and see what we can do. As you can see, it's a beautiful day today, and we're at the Carmichael Reserve in Bethlehem near Tauranga on New Zealand's North Island. Now, I'm not saying every day is like this in the summer, but, well, most of them are, and this is a wonderful place to parkrun. It's really very flat, and it's actually pretty fast. It could only be faster, really, if we had something slightly more solid to run on than a gravel path, and we didn't have too tight turnarounds. Now at this point, I'm very grateful to see this gentleman come past me, as I was worried I might be out there in front on my own, which seemed unlikely given how I'm really not fast enough to lead a parkrun. But my plan at this point is just to stick on this gentleman's shoulder, let him do some work, and I'll just come along for the ride. Around this little corner and onto a slightly more solid surface. This is pretty nice to run on. Fortunately, Mr. Red Top in front is making this look a little easy. And it's about this point I realise I don't think I can stay with you at all. So I will just let him go. I don't have the legs on me to try and do that over 5 kilometers. So I'll just settle in, see what happens next. Don't have to wait too long though before I get another little visitor. There he is, Mr. Greentop running through, bearing the rather remarkable tan of somebody that probably spends a lot of time running. Yeah, that is the gait of a gentleman that trains. I'm not surprised this gentleman's come past, and I'm wondering which of these two is going to win. Because I tell you what, it certainly won't be me. The two gentlemen in front are still pulling away pretty steadily, so time for a quick check of the watch. Still seems to be around 4 minutes per kilometre pace. Pretty happy with that, and my heart rate's up around 170. Threshold is about 175, so there's still a few to go there, but it's fairly early in the race to be that high. Let's see how we go. 3:55 first kilometre, 5 seconds in the bank. I will definitely take that. Okay, let's skip forward a bit now. We're coming up on the first turnaround, which we have to do twice in this race. It's fine, it's a bit tight, and the gravel is a bit slippy, so you do have to be quite careful. Now what you can't see here is Mr. Stripy Top is still right behind me, so much so you can't actually see him on the camera at all. That's how close he is. He's been on my shoulder the whole time, and despite my best efforts, I've not been able to drop him at all. So, nothing for it. Let's see if I can dig in a little bit over this next kilometre and put some space between us. Well, it's only a few hundred metres down the track, and picked up the pace a little bit, but still definitely not dropped Stripy Top. He is right there in my shadow. Let's see how I'm doing over this second kilometre. Definitely felt a bit slower, and that turnaround would have added a few seconds. Let's see what I got overall. 4:05. Unfortunately, all the good work from the first kilometre has been undone. Just have to hope this isn't the new normal pace now, and I can keep going at around that 4-kilometre pace. As we come up here on this corner, we start to pull away from the oncoming runners and break out into some fresh air. And what's that? It's the shadow of Mr. Stripey Top. He really is dogging our every move. Slightly more concerning at this stage though is watching my heart rate be up around 185 and my pace ticking along at around 4:11. This is not where I want to be right now. 185 is definitely in the pain territory, and I can't keep this up for another 3 kilometers. I'm not quite sure how I'm going to manage this now. Oh, what's this? Mr. Tauranga 2020 finisher coming through, looking pretty strong and steady. I don't think I'm going to be able to stay with him for long. Oh, he's checking his watch. He clearly wants to go faster. Can I hang on? No, I can't hang on. Oh well, just have to keep grinding out my own race here. I went off too fast and I'm paying the price now. As we start to close in on the 3rd kilometre, the pace is looking pretty bad at this point. I'm tired, I'm struggling, and I've just managed a 4:07. That sub 20 minutes is looking like it's going to be out of reach. What have I got? What can I do? Is there anything I can pull out of the last 2 kilometres to save this? Who knows? Coming up on the end of the 4th kilometre here, and things are looking pretty busy. Just need to dodge my way past a few back markers. I'm always so impressed by the number of people that make it out early on a Saturday morning to come and do some exercise. Not everyone's going to be quick, but everyone's out there doing it. It's ace. 14 minutes 14 just flashed by there. That's definitely not a good 4th kilometre. Might just be time to duck this tree, run through the tree and see what we've got for the last kilometre, see what I can do. Might not be able to make sub 20, but I'm not going to go down without a fight. So I don't know what's wrong with me, but it's about this point in the race when I start to feel really sick. Not for the first time, except this time not only do I feel really sick, but also I might have some issues with the other end as well. It's at this point my arch nemesis, or maybe my hero, I'm not quite sure at this point, comes through on the inside. This lad in the stripy top has stayed with me the whole race, and while his breathing sounds about as bad as mine does at this point, he seems to have got way more legs for the last 500 or 600 metres. Now it's really all I can do at this point, just to keep putting one leg in front of another, as Mr. Stripy Top just keeps gradually twisting the screw and pulling away from me. And 420, 421, pace is getting slower. It's getting harder. I'm not sure I can keep going. Just got to keep going. Only about 400 metres left now. Surely, Hollingsworth, surely you can push through from here. You know, it's around this kind of time though, I think I might be starting to feel just a little bit better. I can see Stripey Top turning around and checking where I'm at. That's always a good sign. I'm just going to keep seeing what I can do here. Although it would be a bit of a dick move to try and overtake him at this point. This guy in the front looks like he might cause a problem for us. We've got to go left here, but oof, that worked out nicely. Right, final stretch. What have I got? What have I got? Stripey Top's pulling away from me. He's pulling away. Oh my word, the audacity. He's running away from me while reaching for his barcode. I think he's got this one stitched up. What have I got? I'm back into the 350s. That's pretty good going. It's going the wrong way. I don't think it's going to make a big difference. He'll realise in a minute. There we are. And he's crossing the line. And I am right behind him. Bloody exhausted. Okay, post-race debrief. That was super hard today. I definitely went out too fast. Tried to pull it back at the start and knew I was going too quickly, but just couldn't quite bring it under control. Definitely didn't manage negative splits. Probably about a 2:10, 2:15. I have to wait and see what the official result is. That's the best in a while, but it still feels a long way from sub-19, honestly, given there wasn't very much more in the tank. So don't think I'm going to make that in the next couple of weeks, maybe in the next 4 to 6. Anyway, time to go home, see the kids, have a shower. Catch you next time. So I've got to say, I was quite surprised to come out with a 20:05 in the end there. My watch only had this down as a 4.9k, but I'm going to put that down to weird GPS-ness and hold fast to the fact that the Parkrun gods made sure it was a full 5 kilometres. Really happy with that in the end. I knew I wasn't sub 20 minute time, but actually I was quite a lot closer than I thought. Hopefully see you all soon. I'm going to be pacing my son next week to see if he can get a decent time. And in the meantime, go and have a great run. See you all soon.